I made it. Now I'm telling you, I almost forgot how to do this, but I remembered. So, hey, I'm here. Okay, so today I am going to braid my hair. I'm gonna do a braid out on my hair because I have something to do this weekend and I want my hair to be curly, like crinkly. That's what I want. So I'm gonna give everybody a few minutes to see if anybody shows up. If they don't, we're gonna carry on. I made my breakfast this morning, which is an acai bowl. Can you see it? Let me turn it up. There you go. That's what I made for breakfast. And it's pretty delicious, to be honest with you. Pretty delicious. So here we go. I'm gonna take this down. I'm gonna stay away from the light. And move over just a little bit. There we go. So, this is how I'm gonna start. I need to wet it because to do my braid outs, I usually like to do them wet because I want it to have as much opportunity to set as possible. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm gonna go in the shower here in a second and wet it, and then we'll get going. Okay, here we go. I don't need that much water. I'm just gonna put a little bit of water on it because I want it to kind of be saturated. Let's take these earrings off. Just like that. That's all the water I need. Don't need much. Just enough to get it water all through it. And that's how I start. This weekend was, actually not this weekend, yesterday. Yesterday was pretty wild. Like, I had a lot of stuff going on in one day. My daughter needed her hair braided. So in the post that I posted earlier, you all could see that I was braiding her hair. I am not a braider. I am not a professional braider. I don't know how to braid. I learned from YouTube University, TikTok University, and all the rest of these other people that gave me tips on how to learn how to braid, just because I didn't want to be spending all that money on braiding her hair, having someone else braid it. I'm spraying it down with a little bit of water, just a little bit on each section as I go as well, because sometimes it kind of dries out. But first of all, just let me tell y'all what I'm doing with my hair, and then I'll finish giving you the story about my daughter. You part it off and section it off. Now for me, I like my hair to come over to this side. So I kind of just leave it parted like in the middle right here and kind of just go with my braids that I'm going to use to set it in that style. So I like it kind of apart, but I don't want the part too deep. But I think I'll go one more row. I use the rows as a guide to set where I'm going to set the part and where I'm going to start the braids. So this looks pretty good. This looks pretty good on how I would like to style it. So I'm going to go ahead and start braiding from here. Now for this front section, I start right here and do about this much in the front. And this is about the size of the sections that I do. About this size for each section. So just add water. Add some water to each section. Like that. And then I take some oil. Now oil, I use any oil. I literally use any oil. This is a body oil that I bought. It's not really labeled as a body oil, so it works, but I use this oil on my body, but I'm gonna use it on my hair as well because it's good for either thing. I'm not particular on what oils I use. I use jojoba oil, I use olive oil, I use regular olive oil from the kitchen most often. I use this oil here because right now I don't have the olive oil from the kitchen up here, so I'm just gonna use this. And again, I want to make sure this here, I feel like needs to go back here and this one. There we go. That makes that pretty even. Make sure it's wet. Oh, almost sprayed, y'all. All right, so then you just braid it up. No particular way. Just braid it up and make sure that it's braided kind of tight. Not super tight, but you want the definition that comes from the braid. So I make sure to braid it kind of tight to make sure I can get as much definition as possible. If you want looser definition and you don't want it to be super crinkly and you just kind of want to wave, then you can braid yours either bigger sections tight, or you can braid yours just not as tight, and that will work. But for me, I want mine as crinkly as possible because when I do this, I let mine stay in for about a week. Not a week. What am I talking about? A week. I let mine stay in for about 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, or until I wash it. And usually that's about 2 to 3, sometimes even 4 weeks that I go without washing it, depending on what I'm doing. But for the ends, let me grab some rubber bands. I do use rubber bands on the ends. Where are my, oh, there. I use rubber bands on the ends like this. And I roll this around like that. Get closer, roll it around. Let me do that again so you can see. I take this and roll this like this. And then I roll it onto itself like that. Kind of like a Bantu knot. And just roll and roll and roll until it looks like that on the end. Till the end kind of looks like that. Then I grab that, take a rubber band, put on the end of it to hold it. Just a couple times, not too tight, and that's it. That's what I do to each one of them. That helps to hold this in place, and I can actually wear this as a style while I'm waiting on it to fully set. I let this stay in for probably about 2 days. I have someone where to be on Saturday, so unfortunately this is gonna have to come out on Saturday, but that's fine. It's gonna work just fine. I normally let mine stay in there 3 or 4 days, but this time I don't have time to let it stay in there 3 or 4 days, so we're just gonna let it go. Saturday morning, I'm taking it out. I'm gonna come back on here and show you guys me taking it out on Saturday morning. Okay, so for the back, I literally just split the back and take this front section and I split that down the middle. And then I kind of just have all of this back section. This one right here is how I started, but then the gauge is the back of this. I use the back of this as what I do next. So I go split this in half. Hey guys, those that have joined me, how y'all doing? Good afternoon. Take this part here and wrap it around to hold it. Now let me see how I'm gonna hold it. I use a little clip to hold it in place. If that doesn't work, let's see. There we go, to hold it in place. So now I just have this back part that needs to be done. And I'm just gonna section that off, section by section, and braid it up. It's a pretty straightforward process. You can go about grabbing the braids however you want, getting as much hair as you want. Again, the look will look different depending on how you grab it, or how much hair you grab, rather. I make sure to put oil on it because I don't want to have to put any on afterwards. When I get ready to take it down, I just want to take it down and go. And this usually works the best for me. Rub the oil through it and braid it up. And that's what I do. Now, as for my daughter and her braids, I did her braids yesterday. Okay, let me tell y'all the story on that. Ooh, I did her braids yesterday, and I got finished with all the braids how I thought we would need it to be. She has a competition this Saturday. That's why I'm doing my hair, so we can go hang out with our friends at the gym, and my daughter has a performance and all of that, so that's why I'm doing my hair. But for her hair, we needed to have her hair done. Now her hair needs to be under specific instructions. It needs to be a certain way. Like it has to be up in a high ponytail, and it needs to be kind of bouffant-y like the way cheerleaders wear it. But something new this year is that it has to be like a big bouffant, like a bigger bouffant. And some of the girls have to wear fake ponytails in order to achieve that. But for my daughter, she could just wear braids, but the braids have to be big enough and enough up there for it to be like a big bouffant-y type braid look. So we braided her hair up, and I don't think we had enough braids in it. So we had to start all over. Now, for her, she was irritated. And I was irritated because literally we spent all day working on her hair. That was wild. She was mad. I was irritated. But it was what it was. It is what it is. Like, we had to have it right because it can't be looking crazy. Like, we cannot be out there looking crazy. So we had to take it down and redo it. Now, we didn't take down the whole thing. We took down the front portion just so we could fill up the front portion. But when I tell you we were in here struggling, we finally got it finished. We got all of her hair done. So that took most of my evening yesterday. So I wasn't even able to put up a video yesterday because I was stuck in here dealing with that girl and her hair. Like, listen, cheerleading is not for the weak. I'm just going to tell y'all that right now. It is absolutely not for the weak. Like, number one, it's very, very expensive. Very expensive. Like, we've been doing this for 10 years now, so we pretty much know and are accustomed to the cost that is associated with it. But for the outsider looking in, it's very, very, very expensive. Like, it's literally $10,000 to $15,000 per year that we spend on cheer. Now, do we do it because we just feel like we want to be blowing money? No. We do it because she loves it. We do it because it keeps her out of trouble. We do it because it teaches her life lessons. All kinds of reasons why we do it. But that is why we do it. And she loves it. Like, she literally loves it. It's what she sleeps, drinks, eats on a daily basis. So that's why we do it. So for her hair, in the past, we've just been wearing a side. She has been, in the past, she usually could just wear a braid that goes over to the side and then a high ponytail behind that, which didn't cause for so much technique, and it didn't have to be as big as bouffant type thing. But the new style that they're going for this year is more of that bouffant. So here we are in the house trying to figure out how we're going to make that work. And we did it. We did it. I'll show y'all some videos and pictures of her this weekend when we get going with what we got going on this weekend. So that was what we had going on for her literally all yesterday. Okay, let me see. I'm trying to make this not too big. I don't want this section too big. This is about a good size. Good size. Let me spray it. It's still wet. It's dripping, but I still like to just spray the outside to make sure that it's totally wet so that it'll set as best as it can. Some oil on it. Like that. And braid it up. Also, yesterday, I tried a new recipe. I am like, when I think about myself, me and what I do and what makes me tick, and I'm telling you, DIY stuff is my jam. That's my thing, is what I love to do. If there's anything that is done, that I experience, that I go to, that I eat, that I try, and I can figure out a way to do it myself, I'm always going to go try. I don't know what it is. I'm always going to try to do it myself because I feel like that's fun. Like, that's the fun of life, is out here trying to experiment with things and try to do things and figure out how I can do things exactly how other people can do it. Now, am I doing it just because of the cost of it all? No, because I probably, some of the stuff I could just easily just go and buy. But there's no fun. Like, what fun is that? I'm going to go in here and try to figure it out. I don't care if it's washing my car, which washing my car, I go out there and wash the car myself because I find it fun and my entertainment, not entertainment, but just my exercise. Like I literally be out there sweating and working out while I'm doing it because, let me put a ponytail holder on this. Working out while I'm washing my car because it's fun. So I'll be out there with my pressure washer and my soap and all of my stuff. Like I literally be out there living my best life. And I know the neighbors be like, where her husband at? Why he not out there helping her do that? I send him back in the house. No, I don't need no help because I want to do this myself because I don't want no scratches on my car. I don't want none of that. And I know that I'm going to do my best to make sure that it will be done right. Now, you know, my husband is like the jack of all trades. He literally could go out there and do it. So, and I know that he can go out there and do it, but he may rush through it, not do it as good as I am, not be as thorough as I am. And let me tell you something. I take pride in the fact that I wash my car myself. So I know I'm a huge DIY queen. Like I can do all kind of stuff because I sat up there and tried. Now people be like, you can do anything. Literally cannot do anything. There's some things that I just don't try. Like there's some things like major stuff. I'm not getting ready to try that. I'm just going to pay somebody to come and do it. If it's too much for me, I know how to quit and say, you know what? I'm just going to do this myself. I'm just going to hire somebody, not do it myself. I'm just going to hire somebody to do this and not do it myself. But more often than not, I literally be trying to do stuff myself. Like, it'd be fun. Like this right here. Okay, let me show y'all. Let me stop a minute. I showed this in the beginning of the video, but this is my acai bowl. This is my breakfast. And I made this myself in my kitchen. Y'all, it's so good. It's so good. I can go to Smoothie King and buy this for like $15. Or the acai place and buy this for like $20. But why when I can do it myself? Come on now. It's real easy to do. If y'all want a video for that, let me know. I'll do it. Super easy to do. All you do is blend up fruit, put it in the freezer. When you get ready to eat it, pop it out, and go from there. Super easy. But anyway, so that's me and my DIY life. I literally love DIY projects. That's how I ended up with locs in the first place. I was like, let me try locs. I knew I could go ahead and do the locs myself, but I was like, let me get somebody to start them because I knew for a fact that I could probably maintain them myself. I knew I could maintain them myself. Like, I knew it was going to take some time, but I was like, let's just try it. And this has been the best experience ever. I ain't gonna lie. I retie my own locs. For those of you that are here that don't know me, I do retie my own locs. I had someone start them, but I do maintain them myself with the interlock method. And I taught myself how to do that just by watching videos and paying attention to what other people were doing because I knew that I could do it, number one. Number two, and for this, I didn't want to be spending no $250 or $200. At the time when I was getting my hair retightened in the beginning, in 2019, the girl was charging me $200 to retighten it. And I was like, nah. I'm not paying $200 to do that. I'm just not paying $200 every 6 weeks to retighten my hair. Like, come on now. I could do that myself. Like anybody that has been watching my channel, and you guys are welcome to go back and look at videos on my channel. I've always been the DIY type of chick, trying to figure out how to do things myself because it's just fun. It's what I find enjoyable. So that's a little bit about me. Doing these ends, the reason why I twist these ends, let me say that. The reason why I twist these ends like this is because I don't want the end to just be straight and crinkle like that. I want to be able to have a little bit of curl on the end, and you'll be able to see that when I take it down. I am going to take it down on camera so that you guys can see what it looks like being taken down and what it looks like when it's taken down. If you guys have any questions, feel free to fire away. Let me see who I got on here. Y'all know I can't see without my glasses. Hey, y'all, let me put my glasses on for a minute so I can see. There we go. Rose Budget Life. Hey, happy Thursday. How are you? How are you? Stormy, oh, thank you so much. Thank you. She said, girl, you're so pretty. Thank you. Thank you, girl. I'll just be out here trying to live my life. Out here trying to live my life. As I get older, I try to find things that I find enjoyable, and that's what keeps me going. And I feel like that's what keeps me young. Because at the end of the day, like, I'm not a young chick. I'm not. I'm not a young chick at all. I am 53 years old. Yes, I am, and I don't care who knows it. I am 53 years old, but I don't feel any, the crazy part about that is, I don't feel any portion of 53 or 50 or nothing. I feel every bit of 35. Because, baby, I be ready to go. I don't sit down. Now, when I get up in the morning, that some of that 50 may be peeking through. Because, baby, I be tired and these knees and this back be hurting. But other than that, once I get up, baby, it's full steam ahead. It's full steam ahead. I don't feel nothing about no 53. And I'm grateful for that. Because you know what? At the end of the day, like, there have been times in my life where I felt like, ooh, like I'm getting old. Like I'm getting old. And just feeling like woe is me because I was getting old. And I have to snap out of that real quick because let me tell you something. There's some people that don't even make it to 53. Let's be honest. There's some people that don't make it to 53. And by God's grace, I have. So because I have, I'm just going to take day by day and live the best life I can live. That's why I came back to YouTube, to be honest. I came back to YouTube because I know creating content is what I enjoy doing. Showing people DIY things and things about my life is what I enjoy doing. People may ask, why are you out here on this internet with your hair looking like that? With this bun on the top of your head and doing your head on national TV? Because I don't care. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to not care about what people think about you. I'm out here showing people what I do because other people can do exactly what I do. That's why I do this. That's why I run these channels. That's why I have these videos up here, because you can do what I do. And I hope to be some sort of an inspiration to people, because at the end of the day, sometimes we get into ruts in life. We get into ruts in life and where we just feel like what we're going through is the only thing that's happening in the world. And honestly speaking, I get it, because, you know, sometimes when we're day to day and we're running around hustle and bustle and working and trying to live our lives and take care of our families, like we got a lot of stuff going on. And I get it. You know, sometimes life be lifing. But at the end of the day, you know, we just got to take day by day and find things that we find enjoyable in life. And that's what I feel like I'm over here doing. And I hope you all are doing the exact same thing. Because I tell you, it's a freeing feeling to not care what people think about you and living your life. Because let me tell you something, you can form your life on what others feel about you. But at the end of the day, do you really feel whole? Do you really feel like this is me living my life? Or are you out here trying to just live your life based on what other people feel like you should be living or how you should be living? Like other people saying, I maybe shouldn't be on here spraying water on my hair. Baby, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care because I find enjoyment in this. Like, this is fun to me. To be on here talking to people on the internet, to meeting new people on the internet. Welcome to all of y'all that are watching my live today. Thank y'all for being here. Welcome. My name is Cinnamon. My real name is Cinnamon. Yes, that's my real name. My mother gave me that name. She said she got it off an episode of Mission Impossible. That's what it is. My real name. People ask me all the time, do you taste like cinnamon? I don't know, because I don't taste myself. No, I don't know. I just know that's my name. So many crazy comments about my name. They asked me, they call me Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Cinnamon Bun, Cinnamon Rolls, Cinnamon Kaiser Roll, Cinnamon Toasty Apple Jacks. For those of us that have been around before when Apple Jacks had that name, Cinnamon Toasty Apple Jacks, they call me that. I answer to all of it. I answer to all of it because it's funny to me. It cracks me up. It makes me laugh. Yes, I'm Cinnabon to some people. Yes, I'm Cinnamon Roll to some people. I'm Cinnamon Brown to some people. It's all good. I'm just out here living my life. Hey, y'all. Do you use dye on your hair? Yes, I use. That is Nastris. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Yes, I do use hair color on my hair. I did a video, the last video right before this, the last live I did before this was actually me coloring my hair, but I do use semi-permanent dye on my hair by Beijing. That's what I use, and I've been using that for as long as I can remember. My hair started going gray at 19 years old, and ever since then I have been using that. I don't use any kind of a permanent dye just because I don't know how to do it. Like I don't know. I stick to what I know. The Beijing has been serving me well, so I've just been doing that. It's been serving me well. I go between colors. Sometimes I do the brown black, which I did this last time. Sometimes I do oriental black. Sometimes I do blue black. Like in the fall, I like to do the blue black color. It doesn't really show up blue, but it gives you a really, really intense black color. Like a really, really deep black color that I like. So, and I don't like in between color. So that's another thing about me and hair color. I don't like in between color. So if it's going to be dark, it needs to be super dark. If it's going to be light, it needs to be super light. Like one of the two. I don't like that dusty in between color for my personal hair color. So that's why I tend to go with black. Now I tried to go a little bit lighter, but because I've been using the Beijing for so long, the Beijing can't be, to lift it, I would have to go through all of these steps and I'm scared to damage my hair. So I'm just stuck with black for the rest of my life. And that's okay, because I love it. That's the look I've always had. So that's what I'm going to stick with. All right, almost finished. Only got this top part left to braid. So for this top part, I sectioned this part off. Oh, let me show you what the back part looks like. The back part looks like this. Braids in with rubber bands on the end. So now, can you see that? Can y'all see that? I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Let me know. But anyway, so now let's start with the top. Now for the top, I want to be able to braid this so I can wear this down as a style for the next day or so in this case. But normally I do it for 2 or 3 days. So I do this braiding down so I can wear this as a style. So I'm going to part this in half like this. Maybe a little bit more. Part this in half. Okay, about like that. Let that sit over there. And this, make sure I don't leave any braids out. Okay, now, so I'm going to divide this one into 2 and braid that. This is starting to dry out already, so I'm going to braid it, wet it again. I keep wetting the whole time because I'm telling you, the water is what sets it. I don't use any setting lotion or any kind of mousse or anything like that because I just don't find the need to use it. It works just fine. On my hair, it works just fine with just water. Making sure that it's saturated is the key though, to make sure that it's actually set is the water. Hey y'all, for anybody that's joining me, hello, good afternoon. All right. Brenda 1971, you're absolutely welcome, of course. Anytime. Anybody have any questions? Again, feel free to go ahead and fire away at them in the comments. My hair seems to dry so fast. I just keep feeling like I don't want water dripping all on me the whole time, so I don't let it get super, super wet, but I do like it to be wet when I braid it. All in all, I end up with probably about 10 or 12 braids. I feel like that's the number, but we're going to see when I get done with this today. We're going to see. I always feel like I want to try some rollers or something in my hair, but I never get around to trying it because I always feel like, let me just stick with what I know. I try to keep things as simple as possible, but I want to be cute at the same time. Sometimes I want to be cute. Like, sometimes I want to be a little cutie, you know? So I just go ahead and braid it up when I feel like I want to be cute. And that's what I do. But sometimes I be wanting to be fancy. like all these girls be out here fancy as hell. Like they out here doing updos and all this kind of stuff. Boom. That ain't me, because I ain't that. And sometimes I be inspired and want to try it because you know I'm the DIY chick, but I just stick with what works when it comes to this head. Because the reason why I got these locks in the first place is because I don't want to be doing my hair. I don't want to be doing my hair. Like I said, I have videos on my channel. Feel free to go and watch those videos when my hair was loose. And let's talk about that for a minute. I loved my loose natural hair. I'm not gonna lie. I loved how big it was. I loved that I could do twist outs and braid outs, and I knew how to detangle it without breaking it off. I knew how to manage it. I did. But the problem with it was that it was, as soon as I stepped outside, the whole thing was damn poofed out to nothing. Like it literally took away all of the work that I had just done. And that was irritating. I'm not gonna lie. To have to always be braiding it up at night and twisting it up at night. I don't have, I'll say, that hair that is like a wash and go type hair. Like I don't have that. I don't have that at all. I have hair that's literally kinky. Like I don't know about the 4C, 4B, 4 whatever. I have 2 or 3 different textures. In the front of my hair is one texture. The back is a looser texture with more curl to it when it's wet. The sides and the middle, baby, that's the jungle of it all. That's the jungle of it all. So because of my hair texture, I don't have the texture where I could just jump up and run outside or jump in the shower and wash my hair and put some stuff on it and go outside. I literally have to make sure every night when my hair was loose that I had to twist it up, braid it up, do something to it for it to even look manageable the next day. Otherwise, it would look like I hadn't done anything to it at all, and it would just be a mess. So when I got locks, that whole thing changed. Like I was like, okay, I don't want to have to be out here doing anything to my hair. So again, I did love my natural hair. I just didn't like the maintenance and everything that it took to maintain it. I didn't like everything that it took in order for it to look good. I didn't like having to spend that much time on my hair. That was what it was. I just didn't like to have to do that. So that's what took me to locks. That's what brought me to locks in the first place, and said, let's try it, and I ain't looked back. Because baby, when I tell you I don't do nothing to this hair. This right here, and I've been on here 30 minutes, so I've been doing this for 30 minutes. But this 30 minutes is going to afford me 4 weeks of not doing anything to my hair. So that's a balance for me. That's a balance. And when I tell you, I mean nothing. Okay, so wait, for this part, I start the braid. Okay, let me show you this part. So this is the section I'm going to do for the top of my head. I section these 2 braids over here for the sides. But for the top, I need to start the braid close to this part, as close to the base of my head as possible. I don't want to start the braid down here because then all of this part here won't be braided. So I'm going to start the braid up kind of high, like that, like here, like right about there, so that every portion of it will have crinkle in it. And then I just bring it down like that. and braid away. And again, I'm just going to wear my hair with these braids in it as a style for the next day and a half until it's time to take it out on Saturday morning. And I'll come back on Saturday morning to take it out. I have not retired since May. I just do the edges. Retied. Nastris. I have not retired since May. I just do the edges. Okay, baby, I'm here for that. Listen, I'm here for that. I did a video on that too because sometimes we just don't want to be out here doing all that all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, as little bit of maintenance that this hairstyle requires, I still find reasons to try to reduce that. Like, I don't even want to be wanting to retighten half the time. I know it has to be done, and once I get it done, it's done for a while. But just buckling down and starting it, girl, so I get it. I get it. I definitely get it. That's exactly the reason I got locks. I didn't. I did it every week and just suffer. Just had to suffer with it however long. 12 years. I love that. 12 years. Barina, 1971. 12 years you've had locks, girl. Okay. Listen, I'm on that road. I'm at 6 years right now. I started in May of 2019. I'm definitely on that road. Definitely on that road. Because let me tell you something. If I had to cut these off, and if they get to, people ask me all the time. Do people ask y'all that all the time? People ask me all the time, like, are you going to cut them? How long are you going to let that go? How long are you going to let your hair go? I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. But I'm going to tell you this. If I ever had to cut these off or do something different, it's going to be right back in the locks again. Because I'm not getting ready to be out here doing all that stuff to my hair. Again, I am 53 years old and I have better things to do with my life to be out here spending hours on top of hours on my hair. I'm out here trying to live life. I love to travel. Oh, excuse me, guys. I love to travel. I cook. I like to be outside. I'm following my daughter around because I had her at a late age. Listen, hair is not what I want to be spending the majority of my time doing. I just don't. And this, when I tell you this looks good no matter what, that's the crazy shit about it. That is crazy. Like, this looks good no matter what. Like, I could literally get up and go, and my hair is going to look good regardless. That is the crazy part. Like, nobody's going to be dealing with, I'm not the one to be out here dealing with no hair like that. So, the get up and go for me, that's it. That's golden. At this point in life, that is golden. All right, so I'm getting ready to braid this last one right here in the front. This is the last one in the front right here. And depending on how it lays when I braid it, let me see what happens. Sometimes have to pin them down so they stay in the place that they're supposed to stay, but let's see what happens. I think I might have did this one too far. Let me do this one again. I did this too far to the front. I want it to fall in this spot right here so I don't have to do too much pinning. So let me try it one more time. When I get done with this, I am going downstairs and clean up because my downstairs is looking crazy. My mom lives with me. She lives in the house with me. She had her leg amputated a couple years back, so she lives here with me and I take care of her. So I'm gonna go down there with her, clean up the kitchen, and then we're gonna head out for the day because tonight my daughter has practice. So we're gonna go to the gym. Our gym that she goes to is like 45 minutes away. That's with no traffic. With traffic, it's about, it could be an hour and 20 minutes, hour and 10 minutes, one way. But I tell you, we have the best time. It's how I spend a lot of my days. And a lot of people be looking, girl, you don't do nothing but go to the gym with your daughter and that's all you do. You ain't. That's a lie. I do other things. But I find enjoyment going up there. Like, she drives now. She's 17. She's a senior in high school, so she drives. But I go up there with her. Why not? The kids are extremely talented. Like, it's crazy some of the things those kids can do. They're extremely talented children. They're the best kids. Like, they're so good. They're such good kids. Like, I have turned into the mother figure for a lot of those kids. I only have one daughter, but I've turned into the mother figure for a lot of those kids. I have group chats with the girls. They text me about life and stuff that they have going on with them. So for me, that's my enjoyment, and they keep me young. They are absolutely hilarious children. Like, the kids these days, some of the things they say is wild. Like, it's wild. If you want to stay young, I'm telling you, get yourself some 17, 15, 16, 17-year-old kids around. Boys or girls, it don't matter. Keep some of them around. Baby, you're going to be young. You are going to be young. They're gonna keep you up on all of the sayings, all the little things you're supposed to say. Keep you up with the latest lingo. Talk crazy about stuff and people in life. They're so fun. I love the kids. Acai bowl's melting. Still tastes good. Over 12 years, but now I will be starting to do my own interlocking. I need to order a hood steamer. I plan to get the hair dryer. Yeah. So you steam your locks? I don't steam mine. I had a steamer at one time, but I never, ever, ever, ever used it. So I gave it away. But I did have one when I was a loose natural. I did have a steamer that I did enjoy. So maybe I should get another one. But I never do anything. I usually just deep condition and let that be it. I never do any kind of overnight conditioning like I used to do as a loose natural. None of that stuff. Like, I never used to do any of that. But you should do your own retightenings and learn to do that. You should start that, because I'm telling you, it makes a world of difference, especially the cost. The cost alone is worth it. Like, and you really don't have to take a lot of time to do it. I have videos on my channel, Brenna 1971. You probably already know. If you don't, I have videos on my channel about how I interlock my locks. It's once you get the hang of it, it's really not that bad, and it doesn't take that long, and you literally can take as much time as you want to do it. So you really can do it in your own time. This one is looking weird, so I'm going to take this down and redo it because I don't like the way that one's laying. All the rest of these are laying perfectly fine. You see how this is? This is the style that I'm going to be wearing till the end. But let's take this one down because I'm not liking this little bump right here. I think I braided it the opposite way. So I'm going to do that one over again. Y'all know I can't see without my glasses. That's why I keep squinting. Baby, and I used to never wear glasses. Let's talk about that. I feel like these phones and this internet and these computers are all making us all blind. Like, we literally cannot see. I can't see up close. I have never wore glasses up until recently. Maybe 2 or 3 years now wearing glasses. Or maybe I'm just getting old as hell. Baby, whatever. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. I have a handheld steamer, but that's not doing the trick. The cost is the reason. Oh, girl, you ain't got to tell me. You ain't got to tell me. I know that cost is enough to take you out. Like, I really don't want to be paying those $250 or $200. Well, some people are saying now that they could probably get it done for $150, but I feel like the longer your hair gets, the more they want to charge. And I'm not paying all that money for that. Like, literally. Especially given the fact that you can do it at your own pace. Like, you don't have to be rushing around to do it. Like, I don't have to do it all today, and nobody didn't know I didn't do it all today. Right? Like, nobody knows the difference. Only I know when I did it, when it's complete and when it's not. Now, when it's all complete, you can kind of tell that it's freshened up or whatever. But I'm saying in between that, nobody knows if you did just the back section or the front section or the side section or just the front. Nobody knows anything. So at the end of the day, I'm just going to take my time and do it as I want. And it saves me all of that money. I can't even count how much money I've saved doing my own hair. It's crazy. Okay, now, see, this is getting braided and the bump is not there anymore. So I think this is gonna work. So let me just braid this one down. Then we're gonna put the rubber band on the end and we're gonna be good to go. Thank you guys so much for being on my live today. I will come back on Saturday morning and do the takedown. We have to be at the gym at 12, so that's an hour away. So math-wise, it's putting me at around 10 o'clock or so to have this taken down. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'll be back on here on 10 o'clock, at around 10 o'clock on Saturday to take it down. Hopefully you all will still be around if you're not out and about. At the end, I do this. Now, let me say that. I do take the end. When I get to the end, I don't braid all the way to the end. I braid till I get to about this much left. And then I start to twist. I twist the end like that. Twirl it around my finger and do a little knot at the end, like a bantu knot at the end. And then I put the ponytail, the rubber band on the end. She says, let me see what she says. My hair seems to be dry all the time. I use rose water, aloe vera water, and silk scarves. Yeah, for sure. I mean, sometimes it feels dry, but I feel like that's the nature of these. Sometimes they're not gonna feel as like plush, like my loose natural hair feels. Sometimes they do feel kind of dry, and that's okay. I feel like our hair in general is dry. You don't want it dry to the point where it's breaking off, but the steamer may help it. So yeah, I would say give that a try. My hair sometimes does feel dry. I'm not gonna lie, but I feel like that's the nature of how it's supposed to be. I feel like it's supposed to be like that. Like I feel like we get used to a certain feel because our hair is loose and we put all these products and things in it. But the fact that our hair is thriving and growing with it being the way it is and not with all of that product and not with all of that, I think that makes it okay. Now, there are some times where it could be extremely dry, so I get what you're saying. The steamer will help that. Let me get my earrings, honey, so I can get myself together today. Hold on. All right, it's time to put my earrings on so I can head out. Or downstairs anyway, and then out. All right, so this is the style that will be worn for the next 2 or 3 days. This is it. Let me show you the back. This is the side. I don't know what it looks like in the back, and I don't care. If it don't look right in the back, too bad. You ain't supposed to be looking back there anyway. Look at my face. Look at me. Hey. Okay, so then turn around to the back. Let me see. This one is probably turned all around and fix that so it lays flat. There. So that's it. Take these to the front. That's the back. And this is the side. And this is the other side. That's the other side. So that's it. That is it. 60 plus. And Softy. Hi, how are you? Welcome to my live. My name is Cinnamon. All right, thank you guys so much. If you guys are subscribed to my channel, go ahead and tell a friend. If you are not, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments of the video, and I will see y'all on Saturday morning when I take these down for my next live.